1960s Delmonico, which is JVC, stereo table radio. Now, previously we looked at a Zenith, probably from a little bit earlier than this. I'm not sure of the exact year on this because this is not listed in the SAM service data. And a lot of this kind of early Japanese stuff wasn't listed in the SAM service data. But anyway, yeah, just this is a beautiful piece, and I saw it and it was priced extremely right, and I had to adopt it. And it's funny because I'd never worked on one of these before, and now they're starting to find me. Anyway, very, very 1960s. Just look at this grill cloth. It does work. It was actually on display playing when I saw it, which is never a good thing because we don't know if this has leaky coupling capacitors destroying the tubes or what. So we're going to get into all of that in this video. It works. We'll turn it on and listen to it here. It does have stereo multiplex decoder in it, just like the Zenith. The Zenith is built more like a big Chevy truck, and this is more of a, like more of a refined Japanese compact economy sedan. I got to be careful here, but I mean, there are going to be a lot of cuts here. That's all I'm going to say. Mono. Stereo. And here's an honest question for the FM broadcast station engineers. Do you guys flatten the stereo now in the processing? As in, if you play something like the Beatles or the Doors, where you have this super wide, hardcore separation of instruments, do they flatten that now for all the people that have miswired car stereos and are only listening to one channel? Because it never seems like I hear in FM broadcasts that hard panned, early 60s stuff like the Beatles. I mean, you listen to the Beatles, it's just insane. And as time has gone on, that separation has died down, of course, to where it's hardly anything today. It's just maybe a little chorus or maybe a little maraca or something that's isolated into one channel, but you don't have that hard separation like there used to be. A couple quick updates. I spoke to Greg, who's the engineer over at WION, about the FM stereo separation. And he said, yes, they limit separation to reduce multipath distortion and give them more mono loudness. And also, this is the last time you'll hear 1260 AM Go Country Gold in one of my videos, as they flipped the format back to K Mozart Classical this past week. So there is a schematic on the bottom. That's the model number. It's an FMS749. Wow, VHF converter. Interesting. VHF RF amplifier. It uses 250 C5s. So they have two separate series string filament stacks. Here's the multiplex decoder. On the Zenith, that 19 kilohertz coil is what was bad, but it's not the same circuit configuration in the Zenith. I'm going to get to the bottom of that Zenith. I really want to hear that thing. Yeah, the EW6 seems to be the tube of choice for stereo multiplex decoupling. So the Zenith has about a twice as beefy audio output tube as this does. Twice as much power, much bigger speakers. Here's a look at the back. It's got, looks like it's got all the original screws in it. God, I can't wait to lose those. Before we go inside, I want to demonstrate the AM performance because it's atrocious.
Play for anyone that you love, including
Do you know where you should be?
Yeah.
Every school and
There's the classic country station with the volume all the way up. There it is.
I don't need this. I already know.
Sounds like it's got 60 cycle hum in it almost.
Did I hear you right? Did you tell me? Go pay them.
Más mayor.
Sí. No.
Ahorita como que ya se mira uno menos.
So the AM performance is horrible. Okay, let's examine the inside. I could make a really crude joke about the size of that AM bar antenna and this thing being made in Asia, but I just won't. So this is kind of neat because it has the speakers on the side, and that's cool because the stereo separation that you hear is in the high end, not in the bass. Pioneer speakers. Your germanium detector diodes for the stereo multiplex. This does have the, oh, there we go. We got a date, 6639. So this is probably the 19 kilohertz coil right here, like the one that was broken in the Zenith. Someone's worked on this because those are fresh solders. Hitachi, all Hitachi tubes. I thought Delmonico was JVC. These should be changed. If these are those oil-filled Japanese capacitors, yeah, the Zenith is definitely a better radio. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is great, and these don't get silver mica disease. I've never seen one of these Japanese sets with silver mica disease. I wonder why the AM performance is so bad. I mean, even with that little tiny thing, we should get better performance than that. Well, wow, here we go. It is almost 100% disc capacitors. Here's the audio amp and audio output section. Look at that. It's all disc capacitors. And disc capacitors don't go bad and don't need to be replaced. Generally. Sometimes if they're high voltage and they burn up, then they need to be replaced. Look at this. It's all disc capacitors. And they're Nichicon too. Can I zoom in on that? Those are not. Oh, they are Nichicon. Wow. This thing was built to last. My ESR tests the electrolytics, just because I do hear some hum. It's like we have 4 electrolytics. We have a 3 section here, and we have 1 here. So just start with these 3 sections here. 1, 2, 3. That's like brand new. Then we'll go to this one. All the electrolytics are good. Like the Zenith, they use these well, the Zenith used 5% silver mica, but they are using these what are these, polypropylene or polystyrene, these little silver looking things. They're using those in the, see if I can zoom in on it here. 220 picofarads at 25 volts. I think those are polystyrene. They're the high tolerance, you know, capacitors that the stereo multiplex demands. You know, here's one here. There's one here. So, I mean, it looks like it was built down to a price, but it's not cheap. It's not horrible. And it's definitely stood the test of time. Wow, the little shimmering silver sparkles in the grill cloth. It's just so 1960s. I don't even know if they're showing up on the camera. See if anything obvious pops up with the AM here. Yeah, it's definitely no porn star in the AM department.
With all the soul, all the strength, and to love one's neighbor.
The hell just happened there?
Now when Jesus saw that he answered wisely, he said, "You are not far from the kingdom of God."
Okay. Whatever you say. Good question. If the converter tube was bad, would it cause it? Well, I changed it to 12BE6. And it's already definitely working better. Oh yeah, huge difference. Oh yeah, that made a huge difference. Say what?
생명의 즙으로 모래알을 감싸고 또 And you'll be in charge of ordering food for the team. So here's your tour.
Rodríguez, Sacarito Mejía.
So obviously this tube has been changed before, and I put a used one in there, which could very well be tired. So I'm not going to worry about that because it's probably one of the first times I've actually come across a bad tube in a radio that actually drastically affected the performance like that. I'm only going to use the FM. I got plenty of radios for AM that are super stellar performers. So I'm interested in the FM. It's so clean and nice. Look at the dial cord. That is odd behavior. Okay, let me find a dead spot in the dial here. It's right there. Then we'll go in. Okay. Been too long since I've used this. External mono left. Here we go. Okay. Let me see. I think I turn that down. Where's my pilot at? I don't remember quite where you want the pilot. Stereo, left plus right. Right. Left. According to that, it's not working. Can we see the stereo light? Yeah. That's the stereo light, so when I adjust the pilot, it comes on right about there, which is pretty low. So let me reduce this. But it does not seem like it's stereoing, because if I go left, right, it doesn't. It's not actually separating. What you do is hook a dual scope up to the two speakers and then look at the two traces and just adjust it, align it so that... Can I get an alignment stick in this cabinet? Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going right and left on here. And boy, look at all the AC hum in that and distortion. That's the 60 cycle hum. Let me try adjusting this one first. I should really replace those gray capacitors, but for educational purposes. That almost sounds just like a loudness thing. So we'll just put that back where that was. Fortunately, I don't have a thing that'll get in this cabinet. Let me see this one here. Sort of stuff. That might be the, yeah, that's the stereo pilot threshold. Well, it is working. Turning the pilot down. There, it just went out of stereo. So that might be the balance control. Let me get those balanced. A lot of AC ripple in that, isn't there? Okay, bring the pilot up. There, it just went into stereo. That one's better than that one. You can see there's still... So stereo is working. I think I'd rather not screw with this. So this is working pretty good. I don't want to screw with it. I really want to focus on that zenith. My heart is really on that zenith, getting that to work, especially with the external line level audio inputs on it. And you know, it's just a beefier, better sounding radio. The speakers are twice as big. The audio output transformers are twice as big. It's not a series string set. I mean, this is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but this is working, and it's not working well. What is that? Wonder if we can see the 19 kilohertz getting... Yeah, that's the 19 kilohertz right there. So, anyway, let's do a little band sweep and listen to it, because the stereo demod is working. This is interesting. This sounds like the balance between left plus right and left minus right. Let's leave that where it was. Yeah, 1966, this was... this was looked down upon. Japanese stuff was not...
I've worked with an advanced team of scientists, and these guys, they know their...
So this is KKLA, and this is not stereo. This is a talk station. Oh, and KNX should be...
immediate absorption and quick results that you can feel.
What's some of the feedback that you're...
said, I'm really concerned about you guys with these weather, this wind that I'm hearing is going to hit you later this week.
Oh.
It was national news. I mean, so it feels a lot like passing the buck. It feels a lot like not taking responsibility. And she said the buck stops with her, but that's not, that may be what she's saying, but that's not what she's evidencing with her behavior.
Instead of kneeling in the sand.
Well, don't you worry, you're right here at home.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I'm a picker.
I can hear it in that big time.
The brain, or the left half of the brain that does the math. Is that...
Did I screw it up here? Oh boy. Stuck. No bueno. I took the back off this when I had taken it out of the cabinet to look underneath it. I just had to put the pointer back on the little sliding track. But now the AM is working stellar and the FM's not working. I don't get this thing.
해석들이 좀 나.
Now the AM's kicking ass and the FM is dead. What's going on with this thing? It totally flipped. Okay, I took the back off and wiggled the tubes around, and now both AM and FM are working great.
You know how to do it.
Plus, everyone. When you do call, be sure to mention this program.
Okay, this is KLOS, our old rock station, and it sounds like the stereo's 100% on this. It doesn't sound like they're combining or flattening anything. I can totally hear it in this. There's a look at a 1966 Delmonico AM/FM stereo multiplex radio, table radio. Very cool. And we're going to get back to that Zenith in the future. This was more of a show and tell video. Thing is built out of just parts that don't go bad. So, and it seems to be in fairly good alignment, which the Japanese sets do hold their alignment. They don't use the silver mica stuff that goes bad like the other sets that I usually work on. So I got a few kit radios coming up too, which are going to be fairly challenging. One of them was sent to me. Another one does not have the instructions or schematic. And the other one is a kit that uses sub-miniature pencil tubes. So I'm hoping to do that one next and maybe take that one out to the desert. I need to get a TV in here and there. There's a lot going on. I've kind of been stuck on these radios, but that's okay. This is something new, and I'm enjoying these. They're very cool, the early stereo stuff.